That's a fact. All right. Coming out of executive session tonight, I want to make a motion that we approve the settlement reached to mediation with Upstate Grading. Do I have a second for that? Second by Councilman Feemster. Any discussion? Hearing none, those in favor, please signify by raising your hand. Secondly, I have a motion, or would like to make a motion that we reappoint Robert Ballantyne to the District 1 seat on the Planning Commission. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Feemster. Discussion.
Yeah, I'd like to say something. This will be the first time I'm actually not voting for a recommendation, and I respect the recommendation, but the one candidate I talked to had 33 years experience in the Department of Defense, in the naval air systems, weapon systems, development of weapon systems on airplanes, boats, parts that go into aircraft carriers, guns and things like that. I mean, his analytical skill, when I talked to him, was just very impressive. And I was an analyst myself for 17 years. I mean, these weapon systems are probably hundreds of times more complex than cars. He wrote millions of lines of codes for these weapon systems. He said he had 160 people that work for him, and work with them creating the hardware and software for these systems. My biggest point, and I've said this from the beginning, if we're going to solicit newbies, and pass up on really qualified newbies like this, versus people who I think have served their time, I think it's just going to send a message to people. Why apply? If we're not going to give some of these newbies a slot that's been filled by somebody that's been there for a long, long period of time. So, no disrespect, but I was just really impressed with this guy. I think he deserved a place.
Well, we all can brag about what we've done in the past, and for your information, in 1979, I wrote a computer program on how to figure out the downwind spread of radiation from a nuclear blast. And that didn't make me a hero.
Any other discussion on this motion? Councilman Wilson.
Publicly told folks that have called me about this particular session that I made a mistake by voting to bring Mr. Ballantyne off of there. He has a lifetime of service to the community. He was currently involved in service to the community. He's currently willing to volunteer to do the service in the community. He's had an impeccable run of service to the community, and then without fault of his and without negative action of his, and he wanted to continue, we decided we wouldn't continue. I voted for that because of a misperception that I took away from the discussion that we had, and I was wrong. And I would like to, and I believe that while I'm looking forward to the opportunity for the Marine veteran that you're talking about to run for office or to serve on other boards, I wouldn't want to slight a man who's given us a lifetime of service and not right that wrong. So I'm going to vote for this, and it doesn't take away from any of the credentials or any of the opportunities that this fellow you're talking about has ahead of him. But it definitely is the right thing to do by Mr. Ballantyne and his history of service.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by raising your hand. Opposed? 4-2, it carries. Thank you, gentlemen. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Hold on. Did you do everything you're supposed to do? The settlement, you do that? Do we do that?
That was the first thing I did.
We did that. Okay, my bad. I just zoned out.
I didn't ask for discussion on adjourning, but is there any discussion to adjourn?
Well, yeah.